Big story here in Belgrade. If France win, they will clinch a spot in the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, just as China did with their win in the game that preceded this one with a win over Mali. So here inside the Ranko Jerovica Sports Hall, France warming up, and Nigeria as well. And you can see these are the current standings after China's win over Mali. Mali battled as hard really as they did against France last night, and I think really gave a good image of themselves yet again. But China, you know, they are moving from strength to strength. Could be a factor down under. Nigeria hoping to book their ticket as well. So even if they do not win tonight, they would play in a do-or-die game with Mali on Sunday to get to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Down under. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Shona Thorburn, who knows these French players very well. And I guess it's been an exciting period for French basketball, not only having the success of the runners-up finish at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket last summer, but also getting to the podium at the Olympics, third place. But they made a big change with the coach, saying goodbye to Valerie Garnier, who had led them to numerous podium finishes over the years, but never atop of the podium finish, and replacing her with Jean-Aim Toupin. And he got a big win last night over Mali.
Absolutely, he did. You know, it's only going to be his fourth game. At the head, there he is, Jean-Aim Toupin, alongside Cathy Malan. Those who have followed basketball obviously know who she is, former French international. And, you know, I think at times France showed their brilliance, but I think there's also a lot of areas that they can clean up from their game against Mali. And we will see here tonight if they can do that against Nigeria, who really, you know, they hung around all game. They really didn't give up. Maybe didn't have enough left in the tank. Keep in mind, Nigeria and Mali are going to go up against each other on Sunday, which might be the game for the ticket. But, like you mentioned, if France wins tonight, they're going to qualify. If Nigeria wins, things are going to become very interesting in this group.
Well, we are going to start in about 6.5 minutes, but before that, as is always the custom, we're going to have the national anthems for France and then Nigeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Nigeria. Dame I gospodo, pozdravite sada I himnu Nigerije.
Otis Hewley on the right, the coach of Nigeria, Coach Tupan, as we mentioned, for France, shaking hands and wishing each other the best. Now, Nigeria, remember, came here without Azina Kalu, their star point guard, for their three-peat winners of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket. Felipe Ibarra, Hortensia del Socorro Sanchez Carif from Mexico, and Özlem Yalman from Turkey. Ibarra from Chile, getting the call tonight as the referees. So a couple referees from the Americas, one from Europe. And yeah, it's been a case of Nigeria kind of coming to life a little too late against China. And you wonder in their game, even today, you know, how they're going to approach it, knowing that they have a potentially, you know, a do-or-die game coming up. So for France, it'll be Olivia Pupa, Alexia Chartereau, Iliana Rupert, Gabby Williams, and Marine Johannes. Both Rupert and Williams were phenomenal, really, especially Williams late, just kind of killed off Mali. Rupert was terrific early, especially. Berkani, Fotux, Siak, Batian, Nina Toure, Chevejon, and Sherry. And Tupan, who again replaced Valerie Garnier, or maybe it's better to say succeeded Valerie Garnier at the helm. It'll be Promise Amukamara, who I thought played pretty well for Nigeria. Adaura Ilonu, Atonia Yengifa, Odara Chidam, and Victoria McCauley in the starting five. And if Victoria McCauley is not, she's not 100%. She's maybe not even 70% according to her coach. So Okwankwo, who was terrific coming off the bench, is number 3 there. Palace is what we call her first name. Akarawe, Musa, and Obose, and Ifia Bekwe on the bench. But Ifia Bekwe, Coach Hewley says, is not going to play until the last game, if she plays at all, against Mali. So she's not fit. So it has been a shorthanded Nigeria. And yeah, I think people, because Nigeria have won 3 consecutive FIBA Afrobaskets, because they made it to the quarterfinals of the last FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Tenerife, and they also played in the Olympics, are under the impression that if it comes down to the game against Mali, they're going to win. But I got news for you. This could be a different outcome this time.
Exactly, Jeff. I mean, in sport, nothing is guaranteed, right? So you can go into a tournament expecting things, thinking it's going to go this way. And I'm sure a lot of people from the outside, like you said, imagine if it had to come down to Nigeria and Mali for that last possible ticket, they would probably pick Nigeria, considering the success that they have had the last 4 or 5 years. But you and I have seen 2 games now with Mali, and
it's not the same.
They're knocking
Mali
on the door to knock off the dominance that has been Team Nigeria from the Africans.
The Tigers. I'm not saying that Nigeria won't win it, but I'm saying it's certainly going to be a battle. But of course, first up is the game against France. And you know, what we saw against China from Nigeria is that even though they trailed by 29 points, they continued to play. And Coach Hewley didn't feel like it was really going to be worth putting on a full court press and getting out. So I don't think there's any question that we haven't seen the best of Nigeria, and maybe it's more of a case of we need to pick the right moment for them, and maybe they getting out. So I don't think there's any question that we haven't seen the best of Nigeria, and maybe it's more of a case of we need to pick the right moment for them, and maybe they will be able to turn on at the right time to get to the World Cup.
You know, we keep talking about this game against Mali, but why not try go out and see if you can really compete and pull off a win against the number 5 team in the world, France, and give yourselves an opportunity, an even better opportunity to qualify, or potentially put yourself in a better position to qualify a day before that matchup against Mali.
We're underway in Belgrade, the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifier between France and Nigeria. France, Le Bleu, wearing the blue uniforms with the red stripes down the side and the white. And winning the opening tip, and Macaulay blocking Gabby Williams' first attempt out of bounds.
Good job there by Macaulay, going straight up.
She left her Macaulay calling card. Here we go, now inbounds. And Maureen Johannes a little short. Ileana Rupert gets her first rebound. Here's Johannes again, and this time the three falls.
I mean, again, you know, shooters shoot. And good shooters, if you give them one open look and they miss it, they're probably not going to miss the second time.
Promise Amukamara. And normally comes off the bench behind Azina Kalu, but she's starting here, and Gabby Williams gets out on the break and scores.
Good job there by France, getting the defensive rebound, quickly outletting it and pushing it down the court. And this is, you know, the new face of France basketball, in my opinion. They are playing a lot quicker. They're looking for a lot more opportunities, faster down the court. They're trying to score. And we have seen that. We saw it yesterday. You saw it in November with their 2 games under the new coach, Jean-Aimé Toupin. But I still think they're trying to find their rhythm and their identity. You know, not too many turnovers, but still being aggressive and attacking and taking open looks.
Well, they turned it over a lot.
They did, 29 times.
Oh, boy. Speaking of turnovers, Chidham throws it right in the hands of Johannes, though, who can't hold on to it.
You know, Chidham and Makumura both play in France, so they obviously know a lot of these players very well. Chidham actually plays for Angers, and her coach is an assistant coach for France, David Gauthier.
He's going to know exactly what she brings to the table. Here is France again. Macaulay, another good defensive play from her, but then Amukamara doesn't grab the basketball, and Johannes selects to bring it back outside. And puts up her second three. Wow. Maureen Johannes already hot.
Had a slow start yesterday. Clearly changed her mentality here today. And Gabby Williams, probably one of the best defenders in the women's game right now, steals the ball. Easy, fast break point for her.
Wow. You know, you want to salute France, but you got to really wonder what in the world are Nigeria doing? And Hewley just looks over, and the concern, again, I don't want to look too far ahead because they've got a game to play now, but Nigeria, it's not just going to be a case of turning it on. You got to be playing well going into that game against Mali.
Now, the screens, we got to do a little different, but you can't. This girl shoots from half court. She already got 3 shots off. She made 2 of them. All right, we're not getting back on dunk. Promise you, on the sideline, you're being passive and you're throwing it. Man, you gotta rip the ball. Y'all gotta play tougher. They're playing tougher than you. And you guys, you're making excuses. Come on now.
Let's go.
Get your head out your way. Hey, listen, it's 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Shoot, you all right. You don't have to panic. All right, let's go to 5 up.
Hey, yo, big time.
So, Jeff, nothing really tactical. It's more Coach Hewley telling them, guys, get tougher. You know Johannes is a shooter. What are you doing leaving her open? Already for 3 shots, she's made 2 of them. So really, I think it was more of a motivational timeout.
Oh, yeah, just kind of a wake-up timeout as well. But don't panic timeout because we got so much time. Inabasi comes into the game, though. He does make a change. So Cheatham goes out. Oh, no, Cheatham is in. Who is it that's gone out? Yengifa goes out. There's Macaulay. Aggressive drive. Saying she was fouled. Pass up ahead to Johannes. Could have a big number today. She's got 8.
And 8 easy points for her. You know, those threes that she made, they're easy shots. Those are shots that she's going to make 60% of the time. You have to play harder, tougher defense against her.
Promise of Mukamara much better, and Elonu puts it up and in off the glass.
Good job. A nice ball movement there by Nigeria to find an open Elonu.
Over the shoulder pass. Chartereau with her first bucket. It's kind of the Marine Johannes show right now. Apupa not giving her any space at all. Mukamara. Oh boy, and McCauley has it just taken away by Rupert. Just the intensity isn't there. And how long is it going to be before we see the likes of Okonkwo check in, for example? She was so good yesterday. Oh, and 3 free throws with the push. So on Inobose, they just checked into the game.
Foul's going to be called after the shot attempt. And look at this, just kind of miscommunication. They got lucky. Pupa missed the layup.
She looked a little Pupa out. And now is the miss from McCauley. So at some point you expect Nigeria to turn it up a notch. Cheatham now down low, and McCauley with the block on Rupert. Dower Elonu goes to work on Gabby Williams. She had to be strong with the ball there, and she was.
Tough defense, but even better offense there by Elonu. He's the sole scorer right now for this Nigerian team.
Johannes feeds Williams. And Cheatham puts it on the deck. And McCauley there for the putback. So as bad as it's been for Nigeria, they're down by 9. So anytime you get that deficit in single digits, it's always psychologically a lot more manageable, you would think. Bounce pass, Repair, nice play, France. Cooper with the assist.
Yeah, nice ball movement, nice continuity in their offense there, and then this is what they get.
McCauley from downtown. Wow. She looks a little bit more lively today.
Look at this. She was even defended by 2 defensive players by France.
So 8-point deficit. Make that 11. Chartereau. Wholesale substitutions coming for Le Bleu. And Chartereau, good defense from behind, knocks it away. And Pupa's pass. Well, the ball ends up with Chartereau, and they put it back outside. Pupa over to Rupert, and she was red hot last night in the first quarter, but misses. I think that was her first 3 attempt, and now Pupa reaches in and commits to foul.
Rupert had a good start for them yesterday from the 3-point line. 3 for 3 in the first quarter, I believe it was. France already comfortably with an 11-point lead and have decided to go give their starters a little bit of a break. And then that woman checking in, you saw number 44, Minya Torre. How great was she yesterday?
Yeah, she was electric. She was like a shot of espresso every time she took the ball.
14 points. Just over 16 minutes of play yesterday for them.
Exactly.
And here she
had
is.
Played more. The ball passed. So Fotuk's getting in. She and Epupa didn't dazzle yesterday. I think they'd like to both come out and play well tonight. Siak, I thought, did well yesterday, and Sherry.
Especially
now.
In the second half, yeah.
So Inabasi goes out, and Quanquo in. And offensive foul.
Personal foul number 10, Team Nigeria.
So found Amukamara. So Victoria McCauley's just come back. It was actually McCauley that came back in for Inabasi. So Quanquo, who was quite influential yesterday, loses Johannes. And now the double dribble. Cheatham helped make that call, you can see on the replay. Chevejon comes in. Mukamara surrounded at Quanquo. It's going to be tough to handle down low. Oh, she gets blocked by Sherry, top defender, and then well, I said she was going to be tough to handle, and Sherry handled her. Kendra Sherry.
Block shot.
Renowned for her defense. Ooh. Quanquo really banged her head there. Ooh. Is she going to come out? Yeah, she's going to come out. I don't think she wants to come out.
But again, I don't think Coach Yuli's really going to take any risks in this game.
Oh, McCauley was just, or rather, catching it was Yangifa. So, see if Yangifa can pick it up a little bit. She had a slow start to the game. 11 points. The difference. Sherry. Toure. Bounce pass. Siak. Everything Toure does is just like a star.
Yeah,
a lot
great
of
job
flair.
there. Creating for her teammates. I mean, good movement by Siak as well, but like you said, it all started because of Minya Toure.
And French defense right now, much tougher.
It's going to be a foul call.
So let's have a look. Ooh.
Oh, and Siak reaching in, yeah.
Well, Toure had already crashed to the court there. So Toure was had the foul called on her. Quanquo, don't know if she was a little dazed after hitting her head, but she's hopefully will be able to come back because she was again one of those revelation yesterday.
15 points for them off the bench. She was really a spark that sort of gave them momentum.
Cheatham had to put it up quickly. Yangifa chases it down into McCauley. Oh boy. She's got such great length and control when she catches it, and you can see that she keeps the ball up high, so nobody's going to get it. She's tough to stop. 7 points. And here is the block. Cheatham on Fotuk's, but the foul.
Fotux goes down hard. She seems to be shaking it off, though.
First one good from Fotux. So remember, no Sandrine Gruda, no Indy Miam here because of injuries. And giving more of an opportunity to some of the younger players. And now the turnover as Okonkwo comes back in and tries to get the ball to Amukamara.
It's already forced Nigeria to 7 turnovers. Mina Torre.
There's Amukamara now, chance to run. Not many chances to run for Nigeria. And good hands by Sherry. Knock it out of bounds. Oh boy, throws it right into the path of Fotux, who hands it off unselfishly to Toure, misses, and McCauley hustling down gets the rebound. Oh, and now she throws it out of bounds.
And again, just this intensity, defensive intensity. I mean, how many times have we seen Nigeria in this first quarter have trouble just getting the ball across half court?
It's usually Nigeria doing that to the other teams.
But like you said, I mean, you know, we know Nigeria are missing some very key
Well, Kalu especially.
players. Yeah, Kalu, Iziane Kalu, Akator, and she didn't play for them last summer, but she's been around before.
Yeah, I don't know that she's going to play anymore. That's what I'm hearing. But now Siak puts it up and in. And Amukamara loses it. She gets in, and again, another timeout called by Hewley.
You know, so Coach Hewley feels like he already has to go to his second timeout in this first quarter, Jeff.
Now, the other thing is you're allowing yourself to be pressured. You got to be tough with the ball, get them off you, okay? You guys are turning your back, and they're succeeding at pressuring you because you're allowing it. You got to turn and face them up, and then you go by them. They'll stop after a while because it'll be a couple of fouls if you really embrace the contact. Just don't go through the trash. Yeah, slow down.
So many mismatches.
All right, listen. Okay. This is Palace. Let's go. No, this is Amy. This is Palace. Promise. Good ball. Amy, go inside. Palace, set a screen for him. Go deep, Amy. Amy, come back up. Throw it right back to Amy. Knock it down.
If you don't have it,
all right? You two guards get in the corner.
Go action. Don't try to force it one-on-one.
So as we finish that timeout, yes, Sarah Agoke is not here. She was there last summer. Also, Azina Kalu is not there. I mean, that's the big one. Also, Ify Abekwe is not playing, so and she may play coming up. But that's 3 pretty significant players or options for this Nigeria team. Some of the players were not even playing as well. Yingifa, for example, had not been playing. So I'm not sure if she's in the game shape that she wants to be in for Nigeria. Here is the long jump shot. It's good by Chevajon. So long 2, and that's how it finishes. Oh, that was an ugly first quarter for Nigeria, and France have to feel like they've got 1 foot in the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup They lead it 28-11 over Nigeria. Well, we were waiting on some stats. We didn't get them.
I mean, really, I think this first quarter, it started with the mentality defensively for this France team, but also that woman right there, Marine Joannes, they just gave her way too many open looks. She already has 8 points in 6 minutes of this game. So really, you have to know the scouting report. You have to know what players are capable of doing and what they like to do and try and take that away. And it's not just Marine Joannes. I mean, the team as a whole, they're shooting 62% from two-point range, 43%. But I think the biggest statistic that you have to look at is the 10 turnovers by Nigeria and 6 steals from France.
Oh, here they are. So 3 of 7 for France from deep. 2 of those from Marine.
2 of those from Marine, yeah.
And yeah, just not a very good quarter overall for France, who I have to say, scan this in, folks. And I'll tell you why. Because you'll get complete coverage of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournaments. So that QR code there will open up all types of information for you, like the latest news, live stats, photo galleries, and video highlights. Oh, look at that, we're on TV. Quick, get the flag up. Oh, we blew it. We weren't ready.
They're waving it now.
Second quarter. Here is Palace.
So France again, going to their bench, Badian.
One quote. It was last night, the second quarter, where Nigeria had a brief recovery against China. Yesterday afternoon. 2-5 on the court for France. And Chevajon, her second long jump shot, this time of the three-point variety.
Not a player that you can leave open. And I think if you're Nigeria, you need to know this.
Oh, good idea. Let her a little bit too much.
A good idea there by Palace. She just can get quite connect on the pass with Inolu.
So to Chevajon. Looking very high-flying like. And then Ifa brings it up against Chevajon. Mukamara has taken off her headband. Here she is driving in. And Fotukes now takes it the other way.
She turns it over, though.
And Palace passes it up. And Promise. Palace to Promise. 2 points. You almost, if you're Nigeria, I mean, you got to keep playing hard and everything. You almost have to hope as well that France kind of lose some concentration here. So far, they look like they have a laser focus. They want to come out and qualify for the World Cup. Toure, this is that. And Yuka picks up the dribble. There's Palace crossing midcourt. Traveling on Promise and Mukamara.
Frustration, sorry, here from the point guard.
She's had a rough game.
Yeah, she has. She's going out, gonna get a breather now. But I think France have made her.
They've targeted her.
Targeted her, made her become frustrated.
And Obasi in. And who handles the ball now for Nigeria? That's a question. And Azina Kalu, no Goki, no, just shorthanded. And the ball goes out of bounds back over to Nigeria.
Turnover.
I mean, you'd like to see Macaulay play a lot of minutes if you're a neutral fan, but Coach Hewley has to be thinking, she's not 100% fit. I can't overdo it with her.
Exactly.
I'm going to need her in 2 days.
I mean, they will have a day off tomorrow.
Palace inside. And fouled by Badian. She's a load,
for the
isn't she?
shot. Yeah, it's a foul.
Palace is quite big and strong, isn't she? Not tall. Here is
No,
Inabasi.
undersized, but she definitely has some strength on her.
Inabasi. And blocked by you-know-who, Rupert.
Good job by Nigeria getting back on defense.
Shot clock winding down. Berkane has to launch from a long way out.
I mean, there was 6 seconds left. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. She could have penetrated.
Good hands by Gabby Williams. Explodes up the court. Bounce pass. Badian. Blocked by Alonu.
Ooh, she might have got away with the carry there.
There's Palace. Puts it up. Oh, and they call the foul before the shot. Here it is again.
Here coming from the help side.
So another timeout. 31-13. France in control. Long way to go.
Et sur cette situation-là, quand on sort ici, je veux que la grande ici, quand vous sortez, parte très très bas. Si vous voyez que ce n'est pas possible cette relation, redonnez ici vite et on joue de l'autre côté. Ou à la limite recule pour la chercher et venir avec la grande pour là et on transfère. On n'a pas à se précipiter. Ok? On est sous contrôle. C'est bon? Et on fait un côté jusqu'au bout avec cet écran. Voilà, on a dit la continuité. Si on peut donner, on donne. Sinon, backdoor et on enchaîne à l'opposé.
So, we've got some French fan there with the mask, the French colors. Handoff. Mukamara into the corner. Kwankwo. Berkane up to Johannes. That's the spot that she likes, but this is out. Repair, bounce pass. Johannes, no look. Gabby gets to put it up and blocked right at the end.
Good defense there by Nigeria.
And Kwankwo fouled as she goes up for the layup.
Nice catch, nice movement and speed there offensively by Nigeria. France already with 3 fouls in this quarter. Nigeria doing a much better job of taking care of the ball.
Okonkwo, she played at both the Olympics last year and the FIBA Women's Afrobasket. Most of these players did, in fact. She played, averaged about 10 minutes a game for Nigeria in Tokyo, where they lost by just 9 to the USA. They lost by 25 to France, and then they lost 102-83 to Japan. But they lost to all 3 medalists.
Yeah.
So it's
and they were also, you know, in my opinion, missing a few key players from that 2018 team at the World Cup. Remember in Tenerife?
Yeah.
They had some injuries. Obviously, we know a little bit from what we read after last summer's Olympics, some political issues, federation player issues. Burkini with the turnover, nice steal. Now they're running. Chidum.
Back-to-back baskets for Nigeria.
Good job by Nigeria.
And look at that. Now it's just a 12-point game. It's almost as if Nigeria's done exactly what they did against China. Okay, we'll spot you 20 points and then we'll start playing. Doing a good job passing it around. Chartereau comes off, and again.
And another turnover. I mean, this is consecutive turnovers for France, and we've seen, I mean, we saw it yesterday with their 29 turnovers, and I really thought that needed to be a big point of emphasis. But I'm not sure why she didn't shoot that ball. She was open, right?
She is a shooter.
Exactly.
That's what she does, and she's got to know there's not much time on the shot clock.
Feel like I mean, I think Nigeria are doing a better job taking care of the ball. They're a little bit more aggressive, sweeping low, like Coach Yuli asked. Oh, she goes down hard again.
Playing a little bit faster. Yeah, that spot on the court has taken a pounding from Okonkwo. Okonkwo hopefully is not going to. Look at that. Look at that determination in Chidum. Let's go. She doesn't like being pushed around by France. Siak is coming out, and Rupert is going to get some words about some coaching from the defense. I love it when coaches do that. They make a change, and they immediately start coaching. That's what they're there for. It's not an insult. I mean, do you do that with players when they run off the court at Lens? Or do you just don't even look at them, just let them walk to the bench?
It depends on how mad I am. No. Of course, I mean, you know, you have to. If not, you also forget.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll talk to them when there's a break in the play. There's never really a break, so you have to take the opportunity to try and talk right away as soon as they come out.
Guess what, Shona? We got a 10-point game, and all of a sudden, the Nigeria that started this game has just gone poof. We've got a new Nigeria on the court.
Exactly what we kind of saw yesterday. The issue is, you know, when you get down by a team, a good team, by so much, you spend and use so much effort
to get
back that the game's 40 minutes.
So as Apupa looks to attack, shot clock winding down. Chartereau this time does shoot it, but he got maybe a little too late to get a really good shot. Chartereau this time much better. Bam!
And, you know, disappointing for Nigeria. I thought they played a great 24 seconds of defense. They gave up an offensive rebound. And it's really, those kind of situations are deflating. And another foul on France. So now.
Watch this. Talk me through this. I mean, there was a little bit of contact.
I think there was a little bit of contact. I think Chidum did a good job of, you know, finishing, making sure that Siak stayed on her back.
So the big question is, why is it that France and China are able to start faster than Nigeria? And Nigeria's, I mean, very lethargic really, at the beginning, looking almost lost. And then it's kind of like a light goes off, and all of a sudden, we're Nigeria.
Yeah. Almost uninterested. And then they get mad. They need to get mad.
Well, Cheatham is mad. She's even madder after missing that. Johannes goes off of Chartereau. The interesting thing to me about Hewley is his team, the Tigers, can fall behind and just get further and further behind. And he doesn't look at all phased, like he's going to panic. I mean, he'll get a little bit mad, but it's kind of like, we're in this. I mean, do you know what I mean?
He's always a little intense, but I agree. He stays at the same level.
Yeah. Oh, nice play by McCauley. I mean, are you kidding me? And Inabussi did a great job of sealing off the defender, but that was McCauley at her finest. She's doing everything, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Good job there. Nice creating, realizing the mismatch. Ipupa. You know, it's one of those things. Ipupa was in a difficult situation. There was a mismatch. Don't foul on the shot unless you know you're going to prevent the and one situation, or just let it go.
Timeout.
La balle. Dès que la balle part, saute à la balle. Quand tu la pousses et tu pars avec, et tu passes devant. Et après, quand on est dans cette situation, dès que la balle rentre, il faut que tout le monde rentre autour du ballon. Il ne faut pas la laisser se débrouiller tout seul par rapport à une grande. Et là, il y a un petit peu de relâchement. Et on revient par rapport à ce qu'on a fait avant. Si on peut courir, on court. Si on ne peut pas, là, on attaque. Et pour l'instant, les tirs, ça marche. De temps en temps, l'alternance. On peut faire des early, jouer. Là, intérieur, bouger autour. Transférer et enchaîner derrière. On a le temps. OK?
Well, those French fans, I think they're French fans.
They are saying, allez,
They
let's
were,
go.
They were wearing French flags on their heads and faces, so I assume that's what they were. And is that a?
They had the French cock.
The cock, yeah, the French cock, yes. The rooster, yes. Gallina. So here is another chance for Nigeria. Inabussi after the great work by McCauley. Wow, that was a nice silky smooth free throw as well. 9 points, the difference. Toure faces some pressure out of the perimeter. Beat pressure with pressure. Yeah.
I mean, that was well defended there, and I think Minya Toure should have come to a 2-foot shot, 2-foot stop, pass to an open player. You know, that was a forced layup, and this is where I think France sometimes, oh, nice hands there by Pupa. They force situations a little bit too much.
There's Chittum. Was she thinking McCauley was going to be there?
Yeah,
or
I think so.
Inabussi? Okay. Shot, not there. Boy, a reprieve for Nigeria.
Yeah, France has gone a little bit cold here in this second quarter, but really Nigeria just picked it up defensively and offensively.
Oh, good job by Siak. A tower of power on defense. Oh, what a play! Goodness me, the alley-oop to Maureen Johannes.
I thought she was going to be behind the backboard on that shot, but wow. Every game you feel like you're going to get at some moment, you're going to get a little Joanna's show.
I mean, that was a special play because most players would not do that.
Most players, I don't think are. Yeah, there you go.
just treats it like it's no big deal.
Yeah, I do that every day.
Yeah. So Amukamara back at the line, and she's playing a lot of minutes. Promise Amukamara having a good season in France.
Yeah, she is. She's there in Landerneau right now, actually with her teammate, Kalu, who unfortunately is injured.
That's a serious Nigerian 1-2 punch.
It's a serious backcourt.
Torres gets a little bit of coaching from her coach, who was standing right there before the inbounds pass. And Chartereau back outside. Torre. And the Nigerians definitely a little lucky with some of those balls coming out for France. They need to take advantage. Macaulay. She liked it, but it didn't drop. There's Torre again. Nina Torre to Chartereau, and they pass it over Macaulay and into the hands of Siak.
Great job, nice high-low look. Chartereau to Siak. Oh, Joanna's with the defense.
Oh, God, she had made that shot. That would have been fantastic.
This is when sometimes, I mean, I think Joanna's is a very talented and skilled basketball player. Maybe she should have just pulled it out and went for an easier shot. You know, there was only, what, 10 seconds left when she stole the ball, 12 seconds left when she stole the ball.
But was that what she was thinking about? That's the question.
This is, you know, and she's good, she's talented, but you probably, maybe you could have scored a 3, pulled it out, taking your time. I don't know.
We have to say, if she pulls it off, it's the play of the game.
Yes.
It's one of them.
But she didn't.
The other one is the alley-oop. No, true. But it's kind of like her own little backyard court here. That's how she's playing, you know?
Just playing 1-on-5, her own little world.
That's the coach in you coming out.
But I mean, then this is what I mean. You give it up, and now we have another foul by France because it was, you know, helter-skelter.
No, you're right. Here she is. She steps out of bounds, and it leaves Nigeria with a chance now to throw it up to the rim. Point 2, that's all they could do is throw it up to the rim.
0.2, yeah, you have to tip it in, actually. I don't think it'll even count.
They need a Johannes on their team that can go up and tap it in. That is the only thing. The question is, see if you hear the buzzer before it touches somebody's hands.
Before it touches somebody's hands?
Yeah, and then you'll know.
So then we know that the score clock is not a...
Then you know the buzzer was touched too fast. The score clock was hit too fast. This is why you practice this play. Oh, good throw. But not with Siak there. Good, well defended by France. Well, we've got a nice game here. I mean, it was not a pretty first quarter at all, but that second quarter, things picked up, had a little bit of everything. France lead it, however, 38-27 over Nigeria at halftime.
So Nigeria picking things up, still not shooting the ball well from three-point range. France cooled off a little bit, only shooting 38%. They were around 50% after the first quarter. But look at that, 16 turnovers for Nigeria. They had 10 after the first quarter, so they only had 6 in the second quarter. But France, 9 turnovers. In my opinion, that is just way too many turnovers for such a talented team as France. And we saw it, and I'm saying that because we also saw yesterday's game where they had 29 turnovers against Mali. You can't expect to win and compete against the best teams in the world when you're forcing bad situations and the ball's being turned over. Marine Joannes, big first half for her, 10 points. That spectacular alley-oop. Alexia Chartereau 8 points.
It's really one of the strangest. This Nigeria team is just hard to figure out.
They are complexing. You don't know.
I don't know what to expect from them. I really don't.
Yeah.
And you know, the most likely scenario is that they do go up against Mali for the do-or-die game.
Right.
This thing isn't over. Mali were, they kept it, they made France work for the win last night.
Absolutely.
And if Nigeria are the 3-time defending champions of Africa and also played at the Olympics, okay, granted they lost badly to France, but who's to say they can't make this interesting in the second half?
I mean, Jeff, they're only down 11. At one point in this first half, I thought I wouldn't have been surprised if Nigeria had been down 25-30 going into halftime. So for them to only be down 11, I think it shows that they are ready to compete. It just took them a good 10 minutes to warm up.
Ooh, bam! That was the bad one for Okonkwo. Macaulay has really shown her colors. Player that was in the WNBA, plays at the highest level. She's been terrific. Chidam has had some moments where she's been tough. Elonu, as always. Amukamara has played practically the entire first half. I mean, I think that's the biggest issue for Promise, is that she has to run a marathon,
Yeah.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Over to Musa. Oh, nice hang time from Musa.
Another turnover. And Linskin, she is the go-to feeder for Belgium.
Oh, she gets swatted.
How good has Stankovic been tonight defensively?
How about Gandega? Gandega getting her first 2 points of the game.
Good job, nice pass there by Talbot.
He puts it on the floor, to the lane, for 2 and 1. And I don't think I can describe it any better than you just did. There's a team with heavy legs on the floor, and they're in red.
Brucaire, will it be her third three? Yes, it will. 12. Goodness.
Wow, what a deep Charlton has to throw up the 3, gets it!
Unbelievable. Carlton, sensational shot with the shot clock running down.
Gotta get the 3 or they're gonna foul him so they don't let him take it. Nope, they get the block shot, and that's how it finishes incredibly. Well, Serbia's defense in the end.
Needs a pass, they go for the flare, and they don't get it. 2-on-1, going the other way. Umoto on the penetration goes upstairs with a pretty play for two. And Tokashki gets Japan rolling.
France on top at halftime, and you know who is leading the way. Marine Johannes, as only Marine Johannes can do, scoring in spectacular fashion and looking pretty relaxed and happy out there tonight. Seems like it's the kind of game that she likes to play in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you give her. She missed her first three-point shot attempt, but her second and third, they were open looks. And as soon as you give her those early shots in the game, her confidence, I mean, she's already confident, but you just give her more confidence, and that's where you see these kind of plays come out. And it's not just her scoring. We saw her create and make some great passes for her teammates as well. Look at this. There's not many players who can do that, Jeff.
No, you're right. And here we see the leader of Nigeria tonight, Victoria McCauley. She has been doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she has. I thought, I mean, you can disagree, but yesterday I expected a little bit more from her. And she just didn't look like she was ready to play yesterday. And today you see the player who everyone expects her to be a little bit more.
Yeah, and I don't know, again, that prompted me to ask the coach if she was okay, and he said no, she's definitely not even at 70%. She's, you know, but tonight she's been able to give a little bit more.
Right, no, definitely.
That means she's now at 70% or between 70 and 80.
Maybe she needed a game under her belt as well. Find her footing.
Find her footing. She's definitely been a star, and you would think that with Nigeria, for them to have a realistic chance, they can't afford to fall behind like, you know, like they did for Nigeria to fall behind again like they did against China yesterday. Because they were down by, I think it was 29 in the second half, wasn't it, when they came back?
Yeah.
To cut it back to 14. So it goes without saying that France will try to lower the boom right when things start, you would imagine. Defensively, they're going to come out and get after them.
I mean, the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of this game, I thought France came out and really set the tone defensively, forced Nigeria into that 10 turnovers in the first quarter, which, you know, gave them this big lead. And then Nigeria settled down a little bit, started to realize how to break that kind of a pressure. I do think France lightened up as well, though.
Yeah, they did.
The same intensity wasn't there in the second quarter as we saw in the first quarter.
And the big question for a coach is, how do you get the intensity to where you need to be at the very beginning? Why is that an issue?
Yeah. Why can you not consistently play with the same intensity 40 minutes? And the thing is, too, you know, yeah, to 40 minutes, if you're playing 40 minutes the entire game, like someone like Promise Amakumura, that is hard to play with 40 minutes. But
sure.
France has substitutions. I mean, you know, there's no one right now on this French team that has played 20 minutes. They go deep, they play everyone. You know, the most anyone has played is 13 minutes, and that's Marine Joannes. So they are capable, in my opinion. Every time you step out on the floor and you're going to play for France, you know you're going to get a sub in a few minutes. So why not go ahead and give that 110%?
Yeah. If you're tired, pull yourself out.
Exactly.
So, again, if France win it, they qualify for the World Cup. If they don't, then the potential of a three-way tie would be there, because Nigeria would go up against Mali, and also France would take on China. So France will play China in their last game, and that would end up being a battle for first place.
I think it could be a really interesting game. France and China. You know, we've seen China play twice now. We've seen France game and a half.
Well, that was one of the interesting things that came out in the press conference, which, you know, China said, listen, we're really happy to be here because of the pandemic. This has given us a chance to play some games against the national teams. It's like the other national teams you get to play. And she's right. I mean, France playing the FIBA Women's Eurobasket qualifiers.
Yep.
And I don't know about Nigeria and Mali in terms of how much they've been on the court, but I think China are craving games.
And you know, I do know that China heading into the Tokyo Olympics were very limited, like most countries, but we're very limited about how many of those exhibition and friendly games, and most of their games, if not all of them, got canceled.
Right.
So it's a big part of getting better.
Yeah, it
is playing games together, even if it's just exhibition games. So I think, you know, like they said, China really happy to be here playing against different styles of basketball as well.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, and we haven't really spoken about this that much tonight, but the change in coaches for so many national teams, including China, there is an acceptance that they had continued to get better and better really the past several years. And if they are, why do you make that change? But I guess China are still looking for that grit that you're talking about, right? That they haven't found yet.
No, exactly. Still not sure grit's the right word, but I don't know how else to describe what I think they are missing.
Yeah. Well, you can sleep on it. We're going to be commentating through Sunday. That's their last game.
I'll be ready by Sunday. I'll go check out the thesaurus.
So there is the prospect that we would have Ife Abekwe if, I mean, you know, they will play. So there is the prospect that we will see Ife play against Mali. Coach said that. Now that was what he said yesterday. I don't know what he would say today, but he says there's no need for her to play right now because she can't.
And I know she has been injured, you know, played last year in France. Started the season, got injured, came back, got injured. Same thing with this year. Started the season, I think played one game. Not sure what the injury is, so maybe it's the same thing that never really heals. Of course, you don't ever want to put an athlete in a bad situation, but it's about winning and going to the World Cup. Maybe you take the chance.
That's right. Second half underway in France. Chartereau, that's off. And chance for Adawa Elonu in Nigeria to get it closer. Here's Elonu from the elbow, and the rebound by Gabby.
Ilonu, that's another player who has a lot of experience playing over in Europe. Let's not forget, she's played against a lot of these French teams in FIBA EuroLeague, FIBA Eurocup competitions.
Oh, nice pass on the baseline. Nice sharing of the ball from Chartereau, and then Siak missed the layup. Now up ahead is Chidam, and she puts it up and in.
And just not a good job there by France getting back on defense. There's no reason, in my opinion, why Cheatham beat 5 French defensive players down the court. See France here with a little bit different starting lineup.
Ball passed out to Chartereau, Chevejon. Good. She's been pretty accurate tonight.
She's an excellent shooter.
Perfect from three-point range, Chevejon. Here's McCauley, and took it right out. Oh, she was able to get it back. The ball fell. Chartereau didn't pick it up. Mukamara. Oh, throws it right into the hands of Chevejon, who goes in for the layup.
Good job by her here early in this third quarter. 5 points already.
Is there a story behind her wearing 88? I'm sure you can uncover it. Now, shot clock down to 5. Ilonu, good. The three-pointer. Seeing some of that.
She was born in 93.
Maybe it was 93 minus 5.
What would be your jersey number if we had to?
I don't want to get into that.
Williams has been quiet this game. I mean, she was kind of quiet yesterday, except for the last quarter. Chevejon.
Look at Sia, great rebound. She wasn't in position, but then she turned it over.
I mean, you get the great offensive rebound. You have 3 white jerseys around you. You got to kick the ball out quickly.
Promise rattles it in at the elbow. Sherry's going to come in. And so is Rupert. Fotux. She was out practicing beforehand the threes. Chevejon finds Gabby Williams wide open. And France want to not have this be a nervous 20 minutes. They'd like to go ahead and take care of business.
And you know, France shot the ball 52% yesterday against Mali from 3-point range. I know during the game I was kind of complaining because they had more 3-point shot attempts than 2-point shot attempts. And yeah, okay, on days that you're successful, but we saw them get a little cold there against Mali in the fourth quarter, and thankfully they went inside. You had Siak with a few points late in the game. You had Gabby Williams driving to the basket. She also hit some threes. But I do think that's another point of emphasis for France. You're 6 of 18 right now. You can't just rely on 3-point shooting.
No, that 3-point shooting is getting worse and worse, with the exception of Chevejon. And I think the coach is going to remind them of that right now. It's like we're falling in love with the 3-point shot. Was that timeout by Nigeria?
I believe it was.
No, it's by France.
Call that timeout for you.
Oh no, Nigeria.
If you box, that don't happen, right? You just turn around and watch. Okay? And that happens when you get really fatigued. It's tough to remember those little things. All right? You're great. You're in good shape. Okay? Now, listen. In transition, if we set drags, they're not ready to push pressure on her. Okay? You set drags in transition. Now we want to go. Double is working. It's good. Okay? Now, this time what I want you to do is get on this side. Adara, seal your girl, throw it to Adara, and go get it. Vicky, you go when she gets past you. Vicky, go when she gets past you. Now she's gonna this way, and then you come up. All right? She's just gonna throw it and go get it. It's double sync.
So I guess maybe he called the timeout also to rest his starters who he feels like he needs to keep in the game longer in this quarter rather than because he feels like there's an opportunity, a real opportunity, the way this thing is started.
Yeah.
Hand it off to Cheatham. And she goes all the way in and is bumped by Sherry. And free throw is coming. And Tupon says, Kendra, you just need to step over and take the charge.
Personal foul on Dave Johnson, number 97, Sherry
And Chittum, who has been pretty active and has made some trips to the free throw line tonight. She's now 2 of 3, make it 3 of 4. And we are going to see now Palace and come into the game, Okonkwo come into the game, and Inabossi come into the game. So
again, Okonkwo had that great game for them yesterday. She has 4 points here today in that first half. You'd like to see her, you know, be a part of maybe possibly a little bit of a Nigerian run right here.
Well, he feels like maybe with the lineup that's on the court, he would match up pretty well with the players he just put in, maybe. Some of the younger players. There's Gamble, Gabby Williams, and tie it up.
And that's going to be another turnover for France, Jeff. So, you know, I talked about them not just relying on three-point shooting. That's a pretty good call.
Yeah. I thought she might have been fouled at the beginning, but Gabby didn't complain.
And again, 11, it's going to be the 12th turnover for France. I mean, they're too good, in my opinion. They're too talented individually to have 11 turnovers.
Oh, and now Palace didn't know who to pass it to. Fotux comes, and Rupert drives in. And I think the block is called.
Inolu outside the semicircle. Let's see. It's a close call.
That was a bang-bang play.
Yeah, it's a close call. It's a 50-51.
Yeah.
She definitely was outside the semicircle. The charge circle, though.
There's Ife Abekwe looking on, wondering what this tournament holds for Nigeria and will she be a part of it. Minya Toure, meanwhile, back in the game, and one of the rising stars of French basketball, Liliana Rupert, is at the free throw line. Great job by Rupert. .45-36. And good take by Promise Amukamara.
Yeah, great job by Nigeria. I mean, they're not going away, and we saw this yesterday. They did not back down against China when you thought the game was going to be blown wide open.
Will Johannes hit a key three-pointer here. Well, we're about to find out. Not this time. Cherry with the rebound. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Who's it going to be? She's not sure, so the Turkish referee, Özlem Yalman, says, I think it's Nigeria's basketball. And Cheatham gets up and gives some encouragement to her teammates. So Sherry goes out, and Badian comes back in. Bossi, good penetration. Palace outside. Okonkwo passes up the three. Bounce pass. Well, they're trying to make the right play. just not executing it. I don't think Hewley can take too much issue with it.
No.
It's just again, Johannes, you just feel like she's going to step up and hit a big shot here. Oh, Mina Torre! Oh, she had the shot. Put a little bit too much French pastry on it at the end and missed it. Here's Okonkwo. She's not going to be stopped there, and she's going to be fouled as well by Repair. And don't look now, folks, but Nigeria are starting to look very, very formidable. And again, it's worth remembering France, who could qualify for the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup with a win tonight, led by as many as 20 points, and now their advantage is just 5, and it could be cut to 4. Look at that. 4 points. The difference. And Nigeria looking now not just for a win, but a statement win.
Exactly. Again, keep in mind, France win this game. Look at that, a turnover.
Oh, takes it away from Johannes. Oh, Johannes came back and played D, and Okonkwo didn't go up strong with it. Great hustle by Johannes, not giving up on it after committing the turnover. And Fotux is fouled by Inabossi. Don't forget, it's Nigeria, even though they haven't been excellent this entire, look at that. Wow, not too bad, much wrong by the defense there. Tough call on Inabossi. Nigeria are 15th in the world in the rankings. And France are 5th, but it's because they've won 3 FIBA Women's Afrobaskets. They've played at the Olympics, and they reached the quarterfinals of the last FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. And traveling on Badian.
Another turnover, Jeff. This is, you know, and you expect teams, especially teams who are changing, you know, bringing in new coaches to have turnovers when they're first getting together. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, it's the consecutive turnovers in a row by France that, from what we saw yesterday and what we're seeing here today, is really, really causing them issues.
Je vous l'ai dit encore l'autre jour, vous recevez la balle, vous ne pouvez pas jouer, redonnez vite la balle, arrêtez de la friser la balle. Pareil, tu ne peux pas jouer, donne, on n'a plus le temps, on veut accélérer le jeu. Ou tu ne peux pas, dribble vers l'extérieur, donne-lui la balle et joue, tu vas piquer là et reviens. À chaque fois qu'on joue arrêté, il a la merde, c'est ce qu'ils veulent. Donc on accélère le jeu, donnez la balle. On ne peut pas revenir sur la menace de jeu. On est là.
Well, definitely a concerned look on that French fan's face. He's like, what's going on here? We were up 20, and now with 13 minutes remaining, we're being pushed by Nigeria, who have cut the deficit to just 4 points. And now, do you wonder if some doubts start to creep into this French team who do not have Gruda, who do not have Indy Mia?
Who do not have Duché, who do not have Sarah Michelle. I mean, you know, they are missing 4 kind of key veteran staples.
And Nigeria, meanwhile, are continuing to go right at them. And Okonkwo reaches in, ties up Badian.
That was a nice take there by Okonkwo. You saw Coach Hewley say, this close to his bench. And like you said, I mean, he definitely coaches with emotion, but a lot of times it's usually positive.
Yeah.
You know, even when he's frustrated, his body language, his words, they're positive.
Interesting thing is, he was telling me he didn't even know if he was going to be here recently. It was only a late decision by him to come because he was asked. He didn't know what was going on.
Right, with the federation.
Issues. Yeah. Without getting into the ins and outs, you know, it's just uncertain. So he, you know, he laid down some conditions, and they agreed. They met them, and he came. So here is Fadian picking it up. Again, Gabby Williams. And that's probably a player that you would want to make a play for you, or Johannes. There's Yengifa, turns, goes up, and cuts it to a 2-point game. Game on, folks.
Good job there, realizing the mismatch, and Gifa just going up strong. Not much Birkany can really do.
Johannes, Chartereau into Badian. Oh, she's wide open. She's like, I can't believe it. I'm just going to shoot it.
What a quarter here by this Nigerian team. Still 1:50 left in the quarter.
And Macaulay's been able to rest. Kwankwo, just like yesterday, being a big part here. And Elonu not there. Yengifa not able to rebound it. Badian, who just scored, hands it off to Johannes. Johannes whips it over to Chartereau. Back outside. Now Johannes, again, down low to Badian. Terrific pass by Johannes. Badian was able to get it back. And they get a new 14 seconds on the shot clock. Now again, the pass to Chartereau. She's going to try and look. Great footwork by Chartereau.
Good job by France, still running their offense, you know, trying to find the best shot and not, I don't feel like they're really freaking out yet.
The other thing is they know that Nigeria are a team that played at the Olympics, that are an improving team, that have gotten to the quarterfinals, as we said, at the last World Cup. Here is Elonu getting in, and it's going to stay at this end with 2.2 seconds on the shot clock. Three-time defending champions of Africa. They've shown up, perhaps not with the ideal scenario, but
they're competing.
It's a team of champions, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But you know, again, I go back to when we saw it yesterday against China. They started really slow.
Yep.
Really slow, and it takes so much effort and energy to come back when you're that much down. You know, imagine they start a game with the same kind of fight.
Oh, good play, but the pass made a split second too late. Hewley thought there was a foul. He's arguing. And the referee just says, get out of my face, sit down. I don't want to hear it. But Hewley apologized. Here is Johannes now. And now, again, Macaulay back in. What was Johannes doing? And the 2 points, once again, makes it a 4-point game. And now traveling on Berkane rather, and Nigeria.
Take a look here. I guess she did shuffle her feet before she put the ball down, right?
I'd have to see it again. She definitely kind of faked a pass.
So look at that. Again, turnovers by this French team. And in my opinion, they're unforced turnovers.
Yeah. Celine Domecq here. And chance to go jump into a phone booth. Put on the
Superman, but a super French person.
No, of course not. She's doing commentary on French TV. Yengifa, good defense. Now, quickly. But you feel like that, don't you? You feel like France needs somebody to come to the rescue here.
Yeah. I mean,
they're winning.
They got lucky. You know, they played defense. They didn't give up another 2 points. Shot clock winding down.
Johannes likes this. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Johannes outdoes herself yet again.
You know, after 2 consecutive unforced turnovers from Marine Johannes, and then she does something like that.
That is incredible. There's only one player that's making that shot, and she's at the free throw line right now. She is almost at her best making crazy shots. Have you ever thought of that?
Difficult shots, absolutely.
Okay, she's got to hurry. Mukamara, she does get it off in time. Oh, she done it! Promise of Mukamara! A three-pointer just as she crossed half court. We have seen some basketball magic right here at the end of the third quarter. Look at that!
I think the refs are going to discuss. They're going to go and look at it. But Jeff, oh my goodness, 48-52. What a third quarter for Nigeria. Unfortunately, the refs are going to take a look. I thought it looked good, but
I think it is.
Happened quickly. There you have it. Three-point shooting. France started great, but now they've gone down. They were at 50% almost at halftime. Now they're down to 32%. Nigeria doing a good job. They're just attacking that French defense. They're getting to the basket. They're getting fouls.
Okay, we're gonna wait and see.
And it's good.
They count it. Mukamara.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was
making history in the Women's World Cup qualifiers, the first half-court shot.
I was just about to say, you know, okay, Marine Johannes, she already has the alley-oop highlight from the first half. Then this last 2-second play, Marine Johannes, another highlight. Who would have thought in the span of 2 seconds we'd have two highlights? Two
bona fide plays of the day. That was remarkable, and all credit to Mukamara. She knew exactly that she didn't have much time. And what you got to realize as well, Mukamara has played so many minutes. I mean, she is playing like a champion tonight.
And you know, I was worried that they were going to rest their players, but no. Guess what, folks? Nigeria, they're going for the win.
Well, I think we have an idea that if these are the best plays of the third quarter, I think we pretty much know what two of them are going to be. And if they're not, I'm heading down to the court to find out who's doing the editing, because this is incredible stuff here that we're watching from Belgrade, and really kind of a demonstration of how special these women's national teams can be at times. It's great that they've gotten together in February. And, you know, Promise Mukamara, even though Azina Kalu can't be here, has been given a chance. And it's like, hey, you're running the show, Promise, whether you like it or not. She has turned it over 6 times, but she's got 10 points and 4 rebounds, 4 assists. She's got that incredible shot. That was the one from Johannes. And now watch this. This is the shot from Lagos, and it goes in.
She was well defended, Jeff.
Well, folks, scan in that QR card, because QR code, gosh knows, to get all the latest stats, news, information in your iPhone or your smartphone or whatever, because you can keep up with this great competition, all the information that you need. And if you're like me, you might have just turned on your phone too low. I was going to test it out here. I have to do it tomorrow, but yeah, you got to take advantage of that one. And you got to take advantage of the final viewing of 10 minutes of this game, because this is shaping up to be a classic. The pass, great defense from Gabby Williams, but she steps out of bounds. Why do they play the qualifiers as opposed to just having this, you know, a 16-team or a 12-team tournament from the zones? Well, this is why, because we are seeing some incredible moments, and it is wonderful to see.
I mean, Jeff, we're going to have to pull out our calculators, but imagine Nigeria pulls off the upset.
Chidham. It's a Chidham, and she goes up, and she knew she was scoring.
Nice pass there by Ilonu. So let's talk hypothetics right now, because I'm really excited. Nigeria beats France.
Yeah.
And then Mali beats Nigeria.
Oh, you got a 3-way potential
We're going to have a 3-way potential tie.
Although
unless France beats China.
And then it's head-to-head Mali, Nigeria. But look at that. Ball goes out of bounds. I mean, the possibilities are there.
But then if China beats France, it will be the 3-way tie.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, I'm starting to think African basketball, despite not getting a win in this event, has become quite a story at the Women's World Cup qualifiers. What a shot from Chakaro. Daura Lonu over to McCauley, who fumbles it, gets it back, and then she goes in, fumbles it again, but a reach and a foul called on Badian. I feel kind of almost nervous about how this is going. And don't get me wrong, I like both of these teams, but to go from a 20-point game as it was to now just a 4-point game, and to see the plays that we have seen, it just is magnificent stuff. Chittum for two, rather, a long two. Showing us why she's a professional basketball player, collecting a check.
In France.
Chartereau, her pass intercepted by McCauley. Oh, what a bounce pass. Promise! Doesn't get to go, but Chittum with the offensive rebound. And throws it away. That was the chance potentially to tie or to take the lead.
18 turnovers for France, Jeff. 22 for Nigeria, but remember, Nigeria had 10 turnovers in the first half. First quarter.
Johannes looking for space. Ways to play. Chartereau flashes to the top of the key, and now the ball goes off of Gabby Williams. Good hands from Elonu. And the more that these Nigerians play in international competitions, and we talk about they play with good teams and tough leagues, that toughness is there and that belief is there.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't want the French to take this the wrong way, this team also has won titles, The French have definitely been on the podium and they've done great stuff, but take nothing away from the Nigerians because they have been the dominant team of Africa, and they've just tied it up.
What a pass, Chittum to McCauley.
Incredible stuff here from Belgrade. We've got a tie game. I don't think anybody saw this coming before the tournament, and you certainly wouldn't have banked on it by watching the early displays by Nigeria, but here they are. They've got France on the ropes.
5 seconds, Fotuk's got to do something.
Fotuk puts up a little runner. Oh, she got it to Siak, and Chittum gets in there. The French-based Nigerian, big, and then she's fouled. And if this doesn't make you proud to be a Nigerian, I don't think anything will, because these players are continuing to put their country on the international basketball map. They have been terrific.
And Jeff, after watching 2 games of Mali, you and I were kind of maybe tipping the scales a little bit more towards Mali.
Yep. Now where are they? That would have been a go-ahead 3. Now Johannes up ahead to Fotuk. She catches it, passes it back to Johannes. Boy, what a great play by Fotuk. Now she gets it in the corner, and Fotuk misses, but Gabby Williams
rebound.
sails in there. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Johannes into Rupert and denied. And quickly, Nigerian women are strong on the ball. And now the pass, and they get to McCauley. Nigeria has taken the lead. You cannot make it up. All the way back from 20 points.
First lead of the game for Nigeria comes with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left, Jeff.
Repair. Here's Johannes. Johannes off 1 foot. Siak with the rebound, surrounded and fouled. With the circumstances as what they are, and remembering that, we're putting the spotlight on Nigeria right now, obviously, because they come into this as the underdogs.
Yes.
You remember they got their first World Cup win in 2018, and they got to the quarterfinals. But in many respects, this seems like an even bigger deal. And they're not even at the World Cup yet.
Yeah. And also considering kind of all the difficulties, adversities that these Nigerian players, coach as well, have had to go through, and another turnover by Chartereau, but no.
Oh, dangerous pass. They do have to hurry to get it across midcourt, and they do just in the nick of time. France fans watching nervously from the stands. And Promise Amukamara misses. I think probably the difference between this Nigeria team and the Mali team is you've got maybe a little more offense in this Nigeria team, don't you?
Yeah, I think you do. I mean, I think Mali plays very aggressive, attacks the basket, but I think there's more threats offensively on this Nigerian team.
And maybe that's why they've been able to close that gap, which is what Mali were not able to do last night. They were able to hang around. Here's Johannes for three.
And again, I feel like, you know, they're either turning the ball over right now or settling for three-point shots.
And they're down two. Don't forget, folks, this will, dare I say, will it send shockwaves across international basketball if Nigeria win it?
I mean,
here is Okonkwo. Now, Gabby Williams rebounds and runs. Chittum out, taking a breather right now. And here is Johannes, gracefully soaring in, laying it up and in. She has not been short of superstar moments in this game.
Inolu does have 4 fouls for Nigeria. She is someone who has also played a lot for them.
And Abassi banks it in. What strength on that. And Coach Hewley arguing, barking at the ref, saying that should have been a foul as well.
You know, I really questioned if Nigeria would come out or would they just be thinking about Sunday. Were they going to rest players? Nope.
I genuinely did. And traveling the call on Charcot. Well, call home, get your husband or wife up and the kids up. Tell them to turn on the TV. If you're not watching, folks, France are in a real battle with Nigeria. World number 5 France being pushed to the limit here by Nigeria, who have come back to take the lead after trailing by 20, and that was the travel. And people ask, again, it's worth repeating, why are they having these tournaments? Why? Well, this is why. It's exciting stuff.
Now look, who's number 6 on? Okay, look. Promise. Here, I want us to run like this is Odera. Yeah, this is Vicky. All right? I want Adora running across like this really hard. Hey, I want Adora running across really hard like this. Okay? Now, this girl that's here, which is Nicole, you stay in the corner, or Adora. This is Adora, this is Nicole, stay in the corner. You come up, Odera, get to the basket. Yeah, you out. 1, now better, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right? No, 1, 2, you out. 3, 4, 5, all right? Let's go. Hey,
the man in the black cap. The other fan, not sure who we are, but I do know one thing. They're probably feeling just as nervous as we are about what is unfolding before us. There's no doubt about the talent in the France team, but they've got to iron out some wrinkles as they do go into this new era of French basketball. Promise Amukamara hit that incredible three-pointer at the end of the third quarter. Here's Chittum. Chittum is unsuccessful. And now France again. Will they attempt to go ahead 3? Will they get it down low? Still a lot of basketball to play. Fotux. And Siak going up against Alonu. Remember, she's got the 4 fouls. Oh boy, what a great job by Siak to get it back, and then the jump ball. I'll tell you, Nigeria walking a fine line there.
Especially, you know, you saw the mismatch. I think it was a smart idea to go inside to Siak, but like you said, Alonu has 4 fouls, Jeff.
I think Nigeria might have got away with one there. Ball inbounded to Johannes. Oh! A miracle shot from Johannes! from the left corner. How in the world?
I mean, that's what she does. You talked about her being able to hit more difficult shots. Almost a turnover there by Nigeria. McCauley.
Chittum. Over to McCauley. She's lining up to take a three. Nope, she puts on the deck. And Elonu, oh, she gets it right back. And McCauley goes down. And hopefully she is okay. Kind of takes the air out of the arena.
Hit the deck. Let's take a look here. Oh, she got
Oh, she got an elbow by Siak.
Hit in the head.
Inadvertent elbow. Watch this. Certainly was not intentional. Or no, it wasn't an elbow. It was just the
side
just
of
her
her
arm. Yeah, she'll be all right.
You called it. Should be good. Wait, why is Elonu now down on the floor?
I think it's this comeback has this game has taken the life out of everybody. I mean, really.
So McCauley is coming out.
I would love to see that Johanna shot again. I mean, that was from the left corner, like falling out of bounds.
She likes that fadeaway going left, though. You know, like the talent that she has. You called it, though. She wants to hit the more difficult shots, and she might be better at them.
She's got 18 points. Here she goes. She gets in the lane. She tries to get it to Siak, but it goes out of bounds. And I think maybe Johannes is thinking, I could have actually put that shot up.
I think she would have had a nice little left-handed layup or a little
runner.
floater. Yep.
This is like a lifetime's worth of memories. This game, the shots, especially Johannes, Promise Amukamura.
And Jeff, this is the World Cup qualifiers. Imagine what the World Cup is going to be like in September.
Mate. Yes.
Down under.
Inabossi. Now down to Okonkwo and takes a bump as she turns, goes down hard for the third time today. Okonkwo.
I mean, just you and I alone here, minus, you know, maybe the second half of the Mali-China game, our games have been excellent.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, the teams
minus
who maybe—
minus the first quarter of this game.
Yeah, minus the first quarter. You know, you saw Korea, Serbia.
Yeah.
We had, you know, France had a tough time against Mali.
Well, but talk about all the Women's World Cup qualifiers.
This is what I was just going to say. And then Japan,
Canada,
down 20, end up coming back, beating Canada in overtime.
Yeah.
Belgium comfortably won over Puerto Rico. But other than that, I mean, this has been excellent, exciting basketball.
Okonkwo, Miss Musa's looking on from the bench. Nervous. .222 remaining. And Okonkwo makes the second to take it to a three-point lead. And I believe is that the biggest lead in the game for Nigeria? Yes, it is. They've just got their biggest lead of the game. 62-59. Well, France have been in some close games over the years, and they've won some. So.
Tu prends la balle ici. Ok? C'est très large, les extérieurs. On joue là-dessus. Toi, la seule chose qu'on te demande, plonger, lâche-la et on est agressif derrière. Fixation, si tu peux finir, tu finis. Toi, tu joues le rebond off. On donne. Sur un triple de tir, on prend. Ok? On va jouer que là-dessus. Il n'y a plus de grand-chose. On part sur des situations courtes, ok? Et après, défensivement, vous pouvez switcher, passe devant, ne restez pas derrière, ok? C'est bon.
You know, you see the free throw shooting percentage there. Yeah, okay. France are shooting 100% compared to only 75% for Nigeria. But Nigeria have been 16 times. So even at their, you know, they've made 6 more free throws than France have, even though they're not shooting as good of a percentage because they're aggressive, they're athletic. And all of this, like you said, it was a slow 10 minutes. They started to come back in the second quarter, but since this third quarter, this is an absolutely different Nigerian team.
Wow, is it ever?
I mean, you know, we saw Nigeria with that big win over Canada in the 2018 FIBA Women's World Cup. Could this possibly be, if they're able to beat France, their biggest win
Johannes puts up a three. Doesn't get it, but Siak is there for the rebound. Fotuks open for three. Good! Fotuks ties it. The young guard living up to her promise. And now she's guarding promise. Amukamara. Which team is going to crack? Will a team crack? Will it just be a team make a great play? Promise Amukamara misses. What a great rebound by Chittum. Chittum gets it down low to McCauley. Oh. And she is fouled by Gabby Williams.
She almost had that ball roll in as well. Good job by McCauley. And again, McCauley was a player who I don't want to say I was disappointed with, but I don't think she lived up to her potential yesterday in the game. Looks like she's shaking off a little bit of a sore hand. Look at this, she almost makes it.
Yeah, it's...
And tonight she has, you know, I mean, not just offensively, but she has come out. She has 14 points. She's been passing the ball, 4 assists, you know, 4 steals. So really, she's been doing it everywhere on the court. Where yesterday, I mean, you did not feel her presence at all yesterday.
No, you didn't. Maybe briefly.
Couple possessions.
She's come out today, and from the very beginning was a different player. And here she is making a couple of important free throws to put Nigeria back on top. And she's also been leading. I don't know if you've noticed the way she's been talking to the players. And she's one of the more experienced players in this team. You got Alonu, who's kind of the quiet leader. And you got McCauley, but all of these girls showing some responsibility. Toure gets in outside. Gabby Williams for three. That's more like it for Gabby Williams. A go-ahead three. France have to knuckle down and play some defense.
You don't want to pick up a foul. Next foul by France. Nigeria will be shooting free throws.
McCauley open for three. Good!
Oh my goodness,
this is big time. Big time McCauley.
I did not expect this after the first quarter.
Johannes, she answers short, and the long rebound batted out. Johannes gets it back. Now Toure, and decides not to shoot it. 8 on the shot clock. Fotuks drives in, nowhere to go. She travels. I tell you, every three-pointer seems like it's the biggest three-pointer of the game.
I feel like it's the biggest three-pointer of the year. But it's only February.
But the three, Johannes is falling out of bounds three. Amukamara's half-court three.
Fotuks, Williams, Ilonu, McCauley.
Yeah, absolutely one of the best, certainly one of the most exciting women's basketball games we have witnessed.
So, 2-possession game. No, 1 possession, excuse me.
Turnover,
no, gets it back.
And gets rid of it before she could be tied up. Oh, and I think Okonkwo did not.
I mean, she had nowhere to go, right?
Yeah, she should have kept going. And with 17.5 seconds remaining.
France down 2, what do? Do they go for the 2 or do they go for the win?
I think you go for the open shot. I think you go for the 3 because you've hit some. I think this is Johannes.
So you do go for the win?
Well, I think you go down and you take a quick shot. You don't want to have...
But a quick shot is
right?
going to give the ball back to Nigeria. And Nigeria...
They've executed pretty well on offense, haven't they, Nigeria?
Yeah, they have. I'm just trying to... See how many timeouts Nigeria has left.
Gabi et toi, vous restez dans les points. Pick the picker. C'est toi qui viens chercher la balle main en main. Et va revenir, redoubler le pic. Voilà, on fait en Spanish. OK? Là, prends un côté. Si elle vient ici et par là, toi roule, Marine, écarte-toi. Allez, on a besoin, si on a 2 points, on prend. Si on a pas...
So, correction, Jeff, Nigeria do have 1 timeout. France used all 3 of their timeouts. You heard it there in the timeout by Jean-Aimé Tupin. They're gonna run a pick-the-picker, Spanish type pick, which is the Spanish men's team made famous basically with Ricky Rubio and Pau Gasol.
That's it.
That's this on-ball back pick type situation typically.
So 17.5 seconds. Ball inbounded to Fotux.
Lots of time.
And she gets it to Siak. Here comes Johannes. Final seconds ticking off the clock. And the ball batted away. Nigeria have it. And France have to foul with 2 seconds left. And Nigeria look like they are going to claim one of the most famous wins in their history, if not, in the grand scheme of things, the most famous.
This is what I'm asking. I mean, they had some big wins in 2018 over Canada, but Jeff, this might be the biggest win. There's still 2 seconds left. And it's only a 2-point game, so
the way this is gone,
win or make it. Yeah.
They could call, they don't have timeouts, do they? So France, they have 1 timeout. Here, oh no, she misses. She's got to launch it. She does! And it's not there. Incredible. Nigeria celebrate. Never mind qualifying for trying to qualify for the World Cup. They have won, and they have proved yet again this international basketball, this national team is for real. They are putting African basketball on the map yet again with a stunning win over number 5 France, 67-65.
I'm speechless. I don't know how you can continue to talk right now, Jeff. I am absolutely speechless. What a gritty performance by this Nigerian team. They could have given up. They could have given up in the second quarter and said, you know what, let's pack it in, let's concentrate on our game on Sunday. But you know what? Coach Otis Hewley, he called a timeout and was like, hey, guys, let's go. Like, we're here to play. And boy, did they come out and play, in my opinion, a great 30 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
Speechless.
I'm letting it soak in what we've just watched. I mean, France, how did you not win on 20?
I mean, look at that, though. 32%, again, 28 shot attempts, and you're going to see this stat coming up right now. Turnovers, 25 turnovers. It's just, in my opinion, not possible to win at this level with that many turnovers. I know Nigeria had 23, but guess what? 10 of those came in the first quarter, so they only had 13 turnovers in the last 30 minutes of play. So congratulations to Nigeria. Man, did you guys put on a show. And tables are turning again. I mean, this now has become incredibly difficult to guess who is gonna win this group. I mean, you've seen China. China has 2 wins, so I guess we're gonna.
I really did not think it was possible. I really did not think it was possible. Before the game, I didn't think it was possible. When Nigeria trailed by 20, I thought they were getting ready for the Mali game, but they took it personally, and they wanted to come out and prove that they weren't going to be pushed around, that they are the real deal, and they are. Maybe a little short of preparation, short of players, but not short of heart. And that is the biggest thing. They believe in themselves. 3-time African champions. The team that just really has dazzled the national team in international basketball the last several years. This shot right here just goes down in history.
I think Promise Nakamura is going to remember that shot for the rest of her life as well. But talk about, I mean, big shots at big times, especially in the last 5 minutes, last quarter for sure. How many big shots were made by both teams?
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was one of,
I wouldn't say
minus the turnovers.
It wasn't a case of team losing. It was a case of the team winning. I mean, yeah, France could have made some more plays and they could have played better, but you have to tip your hat because both teams were exceptional down the stretch.
Yeah.
Answering three-point shot for three-point shot. You know, Johannes, Fotukes, Gabby Williams all hit big three-pointers. And Nigeria were just up to the task tonight. And Macaulay was utterly sensational, but a lot of people. And I think there's tears, there's happiness. It's just an incredible sight. You know, we thought we might be talking right now about France going out and getting a World Cup berth right now, being the fourth team to have a spot there. And now we are not talking about that at all. We're talking about what's going to be a thrilling last day. And we need to look at the numbers.
We need to do some calculations.
Because France are not assured.
Yep.
Especially because their win over Mali was so close as well. So very, very nervous times for France. Those are the standings, folks. You're not looking at a mistake there. Nigeria 1-1, France 1-1, Mali 0-2. Mali are going to have to dig deep, but having watched what we've watched here in Belgrade, anything is possible. Nigeria were down by 20, but they played like the Tigers, the team that has really been captivating international basketball, and they come back and stun France 67-65.